Looking to hop onto the esports wave and make a little money in the process? Well, I've got good news for you. What's going on, Internet? This is Jeremy for Blockchain WTF, here with our latest edition of ICO or No. Today we'll be talking about Unikrn, an esports sportsbook looking to incorporate the principle of decentralized betting into a rapidly growing esports industry. Unikrn is one of the most hyped ICOs, mainly because it has some very recognizable names behind it. Stay tuned for that. Of course, we're going to assess Unikrn ICO using our patented 4-question system we use to evaluate these ICOs. If you're new here, don't worry. We'll go over these questions as we answer them. So sit back, let us do the heavy lifting in order to catch you up to speed on everything about the Unikrn ICO. So let's start with question number 1. What is the Unikrn project and what problem does it hope to solve? We've discussed this before. Esports is one of the fastest growing competitive industries. Streaming services have skyrocketed the number of those just willing to watch video games being played. There are several reasons for this, but the best way to sum it up, the people watching the stream love the engagement and interactivity that this platform provides. Viewers love interacting with those who broadcast video games, known as streamers. And for streamers, interactivity is the name of the game. Their job is to get loyal viewers or subscribers that have been proven that they will come back and tune in again and again. But some streamers are asking, how can they improve their platform in order to garner more attention? Unikrn believes that they have the answer to this question, and they actually have an existing platform to back it up. Unikrn hopes to expand their current platform into a couple different cryptocurrencies. Currently, the Unikrn system allows for users to be rewarded with tokens that could previously be redeemed for raffles or prizes, non-monetary items. Unikrn is changing its platform by completely intertwining it with the Ethereum blockchain. Unikrn will convert their existing tokens into the Unikrn Silver cryptocurrency, which cannot be redeemed for money, but can still be redeemed for those non-monetary rewards such as raffle tickets or prizes. The ICO that is being conducted is for the Unikrn Gold token. The token will function to create a virtual economy that will be used for esports betting. With esports tournaments filling up stadiums and arenas around the world, token holders can bet on an outcome of an esports event using Unikrn Gold, and with the utilization of blockchain technology and smart contracts, payments can be executed automatically and autonomously using smart contracts. Users will be paid out in Unikrn Gold for their correct answers. The best part about this, for each bet, Unikrn will take a little bit of a cut of the token. So by reducing the supply like that, they should ensure that the token has some long-term value. Now that we know a little bit about the Unikrn project, let's move on to question number 2. What are the market conditions facing the project, and can it have some long-term viability? Like we said before, esports is growing at an insane rate, and that's going to bring along a lot of associated projects, frankly because people see a lot of opportunity here. And they're right. With the advent of Twitch and YouTube, video gamers now have the platform to act as the host of their own channel, something that they've never had before. And we mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video, Unikrn already has an existing platform. I'm going to come out and make a prediction right now. We're going to see a huge disparity between successful ICOs, and that main difference is going to be if they had existing platforms at the time of their ICO. This is because it will be that much easier for these projects to get to market if they already have that infrastructure built. Essentially, they're further along in their progress than projects that are just raising money to create that platform. That's just another hurdle that has to be cleared, and it's a big one before they can make it to market. And in the rise of popularity in pretty much everything that Unikrn covers, there's obviously going to be some competition. We just reviewed the Gimli ICO, linked down below in the description, which is trying to do something similar, but is mainly trying to function as another streaming platform where the streamer can actually set bets instead of a straight sports book where Unikrn acts as the house or bank, just like a casino. Now that we've assessed the market conditions facing the project, let's move on to question number 3. Who is behind the Unikrn ICO? This is where a lot of the hype is coming from. Some of the investors and team members have very recognizable names. The first being internet mogul and celebrity investor Mark Cuban. Yes, that Mark Cuban from Shark Tank. This guy is a serious investor that doesn't put his money behind a project unless he has confidence in that project. This endorsement provides a lot of legitimacy and confidence in the project. Not only is the guy an expert investor, but he actually made his money investing in tech. His name, of course, gives me a lot of confidence in the project, and actually as do the rest of the names associated with the project. Another investor in this project is Ashton Kutcher. Yes, Kelso from That 70s Show. Okay, I know we may be making a joke at his expense because what does an actor know about investing? But this guy has some serious business acumen. He's an established angel investor with a record of success, so his support definitely means something. Lastly, the CEO of the project, Raul Saud, has worked for Microsoft for many years, establishing their venture capital wing. He's an established name in the tech market and has already created the functioning Unikrn platform. These are some huge names behind the project and a very reputable team. I'm actually pretty impressed. It's also important to note that the project has already raised $10 million from those investors such as Cuban and Kutcher and many, many other very reputable names. Now that you know who you're putting your money behind, if you do choose to support the project, let's move on to our final question. What is the design of the ICO? A couple notes about the ICO before we get into exact details. One thing I really like about this project and this ICO specifically, there was plenty of notice given. I've been planning on reviewing this ICO for about a month now. Everybody knows about it, everybody knows it's going to happen, and that allowed for a lot of hype to be generated compared to an ICO that might announce a week or two before their scheduled crowd sale. Another interesting thing, Unikrn Gold will be treated differently depending on if you live in a regulated market versus unregulated market. If you live in a jurisdiction where online esports gambling is illegal, it's likely going to be more difficult for you to bet using the Unikrn Gold. The ICO starts on September 22nd and will run until its cap is reached, and that cap has been set at $100 million raised. The supply being released to the public is about 200 million tokens. So if I do some quick math, the initial price of the token should be around 50 cents. I do like that they're doing a capped ICO. Sood himself said that it would essentially go crazy. The amount of money that they would raise would be too much. So he's just being responsible, capping it at $100 million for 200 million tokens. One criticism that I have for the ICO, and it's similar to a criticism I had for previous ICO, the KIN token, is that only about 20% of the total supply is being released in the token sale. Now, this is a little bit different because of the nature of what Unikrn's trying to accomplish. Since they're trying to act as essentially an esports book, they have to have a lot of tokens in reserve in order to pay out people who are correct. They actually have to act as the house or the bank. So they're going to have to keep a lot of tokens in reserve for that very reason. However, those tokens might not immediately just flood into the market, considering they're only going to have to be paid out if bettors are more correct than wrong. And for casinos, well, let's just say they don't really have that problem. And that's a review on the Unikrn ICO. Will it live up to the massive hype that it's received? Only time will tell. Definitely looks like a cool project, and if esports continues to grow at the same rate that it is currently growing at, they might have something here. If you have any questions or comments about the project, just leave those down below in the comments section, and we'll get back to you if we do have answers, or at least point you in the right direction. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, and also subscribe so you don't miss out on any future ICOs or NOs. This has been Jeremy with Blockchain WTF, and I'll see you next time.